As one of the most seismic moments in American history was unfolding, the president was in the most unlikely of settings. Moments before entering that Florida classroom, he'd been told a small plane had hit the first tower.
The president, the principal, and I all had the same reaction. Oh, what a horrible accident. The pilot must have had a heart attack or something.
For his chief of staff, the picture soon changed.
Captain Lauer came back up to me and said, oh my God, another plane hit the other tower at the World Trade Center. And I knew that this was not a coincidence. It wasn't an accident. And so I decided to pass on two facts and make one editorial comment to the president and to do nothing to invite a dialogue with him. I thought about what I would say. I opened the door to the room, came in. That's when I walked up to the president and I leaned over and I whispered into his right ear, a second plane hit the second tower. America is under attack. And I looked at the president. I could still see him facing forward with his head bobbing up and down. I honestly believe he was thinking about the burden that he accepted when he took the oath of office. I like to say that's when he became the president. And I was very impressed that he did nothing to introduce fear to those second graders. He did nothing to demonstrate fear to the media that would have satisfied the terrorists all around the world.
Charity Wallace was at the White House.
I remember just this cacophony of sound of people yelling and screaming and running in the heels on that tile. And Secret Service were running. And that's really what scared me, because I'd never seen Secret Service run before. And as we were running towards the gate, the agent looked at all the women and said, take your shoes off and run for your life. And I physically stopped because it was such a jarring and terrifying thing to hear. And I just said, where are we supposed to go? And he said, get as far away from here as you can.
What would have seemed unthinkable 20 years ago now, after the withdrawal from Afghanistan, has become a reality.
What's happened in Afghanistan has just made Mrs. Bush really sad and sick, honestly, for the women. We've talked a lot about that. They will be commemorating September 11th, this 20th anniversary. And I think that, again, they reflect, like I do, on the courage and bravery, on the sacrifice of the men and women in uniform and all of that. I do think that there is a sense that people have forgotten, in a way, that day and everything that happened that day. The fight for freedom that united our country at the time.
Do you fear that there's a danger that people forget?
I've always felt that it was a slight danger. I think that it's been exacerbated by what happened in Afghanistan over the last month. I am haunted by the images of 9/11, and I want other people to feel the emotion out of respect. I remember September 11th, 2001 every day. I feel more convicted to make sure young people understand what happened. So for me, it's not 20 years ago. For me, it's yesterday.
A moment in history this weekend they will remember. Greg Milam, Sky News, New York.